Hey, Dr. Vaughn Johnson here. I'm a practicing physician. I'm board eligible, as they call it, in family medicine, be board certified here in November as I sit on my boards again and recertify. But did my undergrad work at Brigham Young University. Not sure if I want to admit that or not. I'd rather admit that I did my residency at the University of Utah, right? So I got a little bit of blue and red blood in me. But nonetheless, if they play each other, I'm a little bit more red than I am blue. And Nicole, my wife, will be happy to hear that because she's pure red, okay? So anyways, I also then did my medical school out in Kansas City, Missouri, and spent 4 years out there. Although one of those years I spent in Pennsylvania, rotating in some of the hospitals out in the Harrisburg area, Hershey, Pennsylvania. Great experience, a lot of good memories. And then we came back to the University of Utah to do what we call our residency, where we specialize in that one was in family medicine. And so since then, I've been practicing here in Utah for the past 20 plus years and have had a thriving family practice, a lot of fun, and seeing anywhere from newborn babies to grandma and grandpas and everything in between. And for me, that's really rewarding to be able to interact in people's lives and truly help them heal and improve their health. But several years ago, I had an epiphany. And as I was seeing, 30 to 40 patients a day, I was very much trained in that mentality of symptom pill. So if you were having blood pressure issues, I was going to give you something to lower your blood pressure. I wasn't going to investigate why you had blood pressure problems. I was just going to say, well, you have blood pressure, here's something to lower it. If someone was feeling tired, we would oftentimes investigate, run a little bit of blood. It was always normal. And then we would give them an antidepressant because we couldn't figure out why they were tired, right? So, unfortunately in medicine, pharmaceuticals have their place. I certainly don't want to dish those, but we overprescribe. And oftentimes because we're band-aiding, we're not getting to the root of the problem. And so this epiphany that I had was looking at all my patients, really young and healthy, and going, why doesn't anybody get better? Why can't I fix this? Why can't I get to the root of the problem and then fix the underlying issues so that maybe medication is not needed? And that's what took me back to many of my first year medical school textbooks, started diving into what we call, physiology and some of the other textbooks that I had with biochemistry to try to figure out, why blood pressure would rise. Why would somebody not make enough of that neural or that brain chemical called serotonin? And then how can I get their bodies to make more? How can I get their bodies to become balanced so that the blood pressure would normalize? Because see, many of these things that we label you with as a disease are really just symptoms, okay? Think about it for a minute. Somebody comes in and goes, Doc, my bowels are irritated. So we say, well, you have irritable bowel syndrome. Well, the patient's looking at me going, well, thanks for that tip. I'm perfectly aware my bowels are irritated. In fact, that's just what I said to you. Yeah, but as you guys know, it sounds cooler if we repeat it back to you in some foreign language, like Latin. Doc, I'm tired all the time. Well, you have chronic fatigue, right? Which is Latin for you're tired all the time. Doc, I don't sleep well. We have insomnia, which is Latin for you don't sleep well. So all we're doing is repeating back to you, and maybe I shouldn't let you in on our secrets, your symptoms in a different language, right? So yeah, granted, those are real issues, but those are symptoms. The body's out of balance and something's happening. So as my practice has grown over the years, I've really gravitated more towards health and wellness and lifestyle modification, which basically is trying to get people invested in their health, to take better care of themselves, which takes a lot. Takes a lot of education, takes a lot of seeing the patient on a regular basis to keep them motivated and help them understand true nutrition, which will kind of segue us into this next little bit, because nutrition is the key to your health. Every time you eat something, you're either preventing disease or you're promoting it. Choice is yours, okay? And so food is much more than just fuel in your body. Food is a signal and it's information. So it's telling your immune system what to do. It's telling your digestive system what to do. Your brain is telling the cardiovascular system. And so it's signaling your entire body, even to your what we call your DNA. So do you want, artificial food signaling your DNA, or do you want real food signaling your DNA? We really want real food. So in today's world, though, technology is actually helping us, as we kind of get into some of the more healthier components to food, because as the food industry is learning, people are becoming hyper aware of what's on those labels and what's inside the food, and we're understanding the difference between the sugar contents and the different types of carbohydrates and protein and healthy fats. And that's what makes me excited to be a part of this new venture, because what they've done here is really revolutionary in trying to create the healthiest snacks possible for people so that we can maintain, again, and maintain our bodies in a healthy state and prevent disease, in my opinion. Because anytime you're putting healthy food into your system, you're preventing disease. You're giving your body the opportunity to prevent disease, and you're minimizing risks, which is extremely important, okay? All of us are gonna snack. Snacking is just part of a daily thing here in the United States and throughout the world. We're kind of nibblers. We like to graze. We like to have different, kind of nibbling on something throughout the day. And so this is what makes me excited, because oftentimes it's difficult to find healthy snacks. And so by combining your macros, as we call them, which means combining your proteins, your fats, and your carbohydrates, then you're able to, in a balanced way. So if you can combine those in a balanced way, right, then what you're going to do is create an environment, like I said, that is going to promote health and wellness. And most of all, it's really going to stabilize your blood sugar. Right now, type 2 diabetes, prediabetes epidemic. Every day I see patients and we're diagnosing them with these type of ailments. But you know what? They're 100% reversible and 100% fixable. How? Nutrition. So if we can get them on board to stabilize their blood sugars, to avoid these blood sugar spikes throughout the day, which comes from eating foods with refined carbohydrates and high sugar content and substances like high fructose corn syrup and these type of things, those spike your blood sugars. So then you got to make a lot of insulin. And when you're doing that, you're just creating an environment inside the body that's going to lead to weight gain. It's going to lead to fatigue. It's going to lead to type 2 diabetes. And before that, oftentimes what we call prediabetes, which is something that we truly want to avoid. And so in order to do that, then, I want to avoid these type of things with my blood sugar, which are the blood sugar spikes, and more of a stabilized blood sugar throughout the day. And how do I do that? I do that by paying attention to consuming the right combinations of protein, fats, and carbohydrates. Well, what do you know? And that's what this company's doing. How exciting is that? So as a doc that's really focused on wellness, health, age management medicine, weight loss, and all these true healthcare initiatives, as I'd call them, or approach to healthcare by getting people invested in their health, I'm excited to be a part of this. And things are just going to get better as the future goes. So be rest assured that we're very much going to listen to what you guys have to say, but at the same time, we're doing our best with the most cutting edge science that we have in the nutritional science arena to bring you the healthiest snacks that we can so that you and your family can enjoy the health that you've always desired. It's nice to meet you guys. I hope you have a great meeting. And I'm suffering up here in Lake Tahoe. Sorry about that, but hey, someone's got to do it, right?